All right, time to piss off some other people today. In rock and roll, there is, I don't know how much debate, but there's definitely differences in the height in which a lot of guitar players have their strap. The common culture is basically like, do whatever makes you comfortable. At the end of the day, of course, do whatever makes you comfortable. If you're gonna take lessons from me though, very different story. These are my arguments as to why you should wear your strap high up. Number 1, ergonomics. If you actually examine where wearing your guitar strap high came from, it comes from the classical tradition. See, that whole video that I made of a drunk guitar lesson of how to hold your guitar, while it was supposed to be funny and a joke, there's actually very good information in there. You would sit in a stool or a seat without arms, so this thing being right here is not going to be very helpful for me. You would have a footstool underneath the leg that is closest to the neck. With one leg raised and one leg lowered, you would put this loopy side here on the bottom of the body of the guitar on top of your leg so that the rounded edge would be in between your legs and the center of the back of the body of the guitar would be resting against the inside of your other thigh on the lower leg. This way you could put your fingers straight across the fretboard, let your elbow hang loosely, have this arm over top of the strings as such, and play. I am so bad at classical guitar, so I'm not going to do that like this, but the basic idea being so what does this have to do with wearing a guitar strap? Well, the guitar should sit similarly on your body when you're sitting as when you're standing. Notice how this little cutaway right here gives a perfect resting place for my nip. Switching back to the electric guitar, now this body is not the same width or thickness as the acoustic guitar, so it is going to be a little bit different, but this is also not as designed for sitting down as it is standing up. This enables you to keep a looseness in your hands, which actually allows you to move faster and more accurately. So when I put the strap back on, it's actually in an even more comfortable position for my arm. I actually use my forearm to push the guitar out slightly, so it's like it's resting against my body. This method allows you to make the most out of all of your movements. The less effort and less time and less movement you have to put into each note that you play, the more ability you have to do it quicker. Which brings me to point 2. You can play faster and more accurately with good technique. Just in general, if you use good technique, you will be able to perform better. This positioning of the guitar just enables you to have better technique. Third point, yes, there are many shredders who do not wear their guitar this high. I understand that, and yes, they play a lot better than me. But that merely means that they are missing out on a bit of their potential to play even faster and more fluidly than they already do. This is not an opinion, this is actually science. And just for clarification, it does depend for each person how high or how low you want to have it. The idea is for you to have your hand resting, fingers straight, and have the elbow relaxed. Wherever that feels most comfortable for you, higher, maybe a little bit lower depending on the length of the upper part of your arm, that's where it's gonna best suit your ergonomics. Fifth reason, look at all of the musicians who embody the height of technical prowess. All of them have that crap way high. To head off the comment section, no, I am not saying that technique is all that matters. You can still be an amazing player and have some sloppy technique. But why handicap yourself in the first place when you could have better potential? 7, the hip position only looks cool because you associate it with music that you like. If guitar players had all been wearing it up here, you would think that this looks cooler than wearing it down at your hip. And an addendum to that, number 8, since when did looks dictate anything to do with the merit of a song? 9, you risk getting tendonitis. There are tendons throughout the back of the forearm, the front of the forearm, up the whole way through your hand and into your knuckles. These all have canals that they run through. This is the best way of making sure they stay in those canals or don't rub against the side of them. That's why if you play like this all the time, you're gonna have wrist and knuckle problems. Number 10, the headstock is in a much better position to smash your enemy in the face if he assaults you. Number 11, most guitarists are men, and as men, most of us already have dicks. Having your guitar down at your waist and having a second dick just looks scary. So there is my PSA for you this week as to why you should hold your guitar like George Harrison. I don't even think he is a particularly great guitarist or especially good in any way. but he holds his guitar correctly most of the time. I know there are some pictures where he wears it lower. Am I wrong about anything? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, if you like what I do on this channel, please support me on Subscribestar. That is the only way I can keep making YouTube videos for you. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Become the Knight. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!